May I come in, sir?
Come in.
Good afternoon, sir. Good
Have
afternoon.
your seat, Hrishav.
Thank you, sir.
So, tell us something about yourself.
Sir, I belong to Muzaffarpur, Bihar, and I have done my 10th standard from there itself. Then I came to Delhi and done my 12th from New Delhi Public School, and then done my BTech from DTU, Delhi Technological University, and now I am preparing for civil services examination.
For how long? Since 2014?
So I worked for 2 years as a physics faculty in Vidya Mandir classes, and then I started preparing for civil services.
So, it was a good job in Vidya Mandir. Why did you leave it?
So I couldn't give my proper time to the preparation, so I decided to give full time for the preparation.
And why didn't you try your job in industrial sector?
Sir, basically I wanted to teach also. That is my part of my hobby also. So I like teaching.
So, you did your BTech so as to get a job in industry, corporate sector, or in government PSUs. Initially, when you took admission in BE, your intention was to do BE and get a job in PSU or in a private industrial undertaking.
So I wanted to study in the premier institute of our country. So through engineering, I achieved that.
Okay, but there was no ambition to do engineering job as such.
No, sir. I wanted to pursue the civil administration job only.
Okay, fine. So, which subject you taught there in Vidya Mandir? Physics?
So, I taught physics there.
Which area of physics is you find most interesting?
So the kinematics part, the projectile, the motion, that part.
Newton's law is being discredited nowadays. Why?
Sir, after the discovery of gravitational waves, even the past classical physics of Newton is being again assessed and being determined with the new methodology.
So, which law of Newton is being questioned most? All the three laws or any one?
Sir, the second law of Newton's, that is force is equal to mass into acceleration. In acceleration, we are saying that in space, when the time and space continuum condense, then the acceleration also keeps on changing. That is the part which is being again.
So, that equation F is equal to ma is under test.
Yes,
in question.
Yes.
Okay. What do you know about Bihar? How long you stayed there? I think up to 10th you stayed in Bihar only.
Yes, sir.
So, tell us about the social and economic conditions of Bihar today.
In economy, around 60 to 70% of people are still dependent on agriculture, and then the service sector, and then the industrial sector. In social sector, after this leaker ban and that dowry steps taken by government against dowry, there has been a marked improvement in the social structure of the society.
There is a government of India's program, which are implemented by the state governments also to encourage intercaste marriage. Government gives incentive to the tune of 2.5 lakhs to the couple, provided the intercaste marriage is across the ladder of the caste. That is, if a high caste boy marries a low caste girl, or a high caste girl marries a low caste boy, then this incentive is given. Do you think this kind of social mobilization amounts to bribing?
So the program was launched for the benefit of the people, so that there are the social obstruction, people obstruct such kind of marriages, so they started allowing them some compensation in such kind of marriages. And I personally haven't seen any bribery, or I am not aware about that thing, the bribery part in this whole structure.
No, it amounts to, it's not bribery. Let's say there is a person who is in a distressed economic condition. He's a boy or he's a girl, she is a girl. And because the person can see that if I marry a lower order person, I'll get this much money. So just to get that money, the person may get ready to marry someone who she is not intended to marry. Just to get that money, there emerges an opinion to marry. Marriage should be based upon Which kind of consideration? The personal attraction and relationship, sustainability, or monetary considerations?
So the compatibility issue should be at the top list. I think monetary shouldn't be at the priority, and he should marry if he's compatible with the girl and the family. Then only he should marry.
So, giving this kind of monetary incentive is a good policy move, or do you think it should be relooked?
Sir, this policy was launched because people were, even they intended to marry such a person, but due to social obstruction they were not doing. So they the government
So
launched.
how can money help tide the sort of social obstruction?
Sir, it somehow gives them government backing. It makes that official legitimacy to that marriage. And
Okay. Climate change. Do you feel there is sufficient scientific explanation to explain climate change, or climate is just an imagination of some afraid mind, or is it a hoax or reality?
climate change is a reality. Every day we see what's happening around us in the world itself. The last year when we saw the temperate cyclone in Canada, and it came till the US also, till Great Lakes also, and earlier it didn't come there, but now it's coming there. We see the evidences of melting of the polar ice caps. We are seeing the migration of bird pattern. There are extinction of some flora and fauna over there. So climate change is for real. Even the island countries who are at certain sea level, they are also forming group to check the climate change. So basically,
automobile sector is one of the main accused sector for pollution leading to climate change. Do we need to promote automobile industry to this extent in India and worldwide?
Sir, even in automobile sector, as in Delhi itself, we shifted from diesel to CNG, and also nowadays there is a focus on electric engines and public transport.
Now, apart from fuel induced pollution, there is a movement induced pollution, because that is, vehicles keep moving, they keep on upsetting the soil particles, and that keeps on suspending in the air. That also creates pollution. So more the rapid movement of this particle called van or car or vehicle, more pollution. So even if we use the best and cleanest fuel, there will be pollution due to automobile sector.
Yes, sir.
Should we follow degrowth policy?
Sir, if the concern is regarding soil pollutants which are roaming around, we can use the afforestation and reforestation technique over there, so that the grass particles or the trees, they bind the soil particles and don't allow them to move. And also there should be shift towards, definitely there should be shift from private transport to public transport, so that single person is not using a car.
What is the solution of this recurrent flood problem of North Bihar?
Sir, in Bihar, this flood is mainly due to the during the rainy season, due to the deforestation in Nepal area and also Nepal region, and also they leave their water towards this North Bihar plain. So there can be two kinds of approach which can be taken. One that is structural, like we can have dams, embankments and other process which can hold the water, and on the other side there should be proper water management regarding the rivers from Himalayan rivers. So that can be done.
Okay, Hrishav.
Thank you, sir.
Hrishav, you belong to Bihar, but you have been living in Delhi since a long period of time. So can we call you a non-resident Bihari?
Sir, I go usually in 6 months, I usually visit my hometown. And also even my childhood, the main stage of my life, I spent there only. So.
And why do you want to go back to Bihar? You have spent a significant period of your life in Delhi. What is the reason?
Sir, in Bihar, I am aware of the situation over there. I am aware of the problems, and I am also aware of the solution that can be region specific over there. So I want to contribute in that way.
How your stay in Delhi, long stay in Delhi, would help you to contribute in Bihar in a better way?
Sir, first of all, in Delhi, I have done my graduation. So during graduation, the knowledge which I got, apart from that electrical energy, that I can use in renewable sources and power and other electricity sector, and also the interdisciplinary knowledge like teamwork, leadership, rational approach, logical reasoning, that I can apply over there. And also by living in the capital of the country, I can have the whole idea about how the best city in our country are tackling its problem like pollution or anything, so that I can apply over there in Bihar.
If you are allocated police service, so what things that you see here in Delhi police you would like to implement there?
Sir, in Delhi police, there is a quick response system. There are speed dial on everyone's phone, and also there are regular, I noticed regular barricades over there during night time. So that can be implemented in Bihar. The barricades, proper checking. There are illegal movements from Nepal side also. So that can be tackled there.
What is commissionerate system of policing? Some cities in India have commissionerate system and some have the other alternative system. So how they are different?
Sorry, sir, I am not aware of that.
What problems Biharis are facing in a city like Delhi?
Sir, Biharis are in two phases. We can classify them. The one, the affluent classes who are there for good jobs, and they are living in Gurgaon, Noida, and they are earning quite well. So there is not much of problem they are facing over there. But the migrants who are coming here for doing odd jobs, the labor job, they are living in slums, and they are facing all kinds of problems. Either it's social inclusion or the problem related to diseases due to slum unhygiene conditions. So that is the problem.
Generally the local people, be it Delhi or be it Mumbai, they have some grievances and there is some genuinity also. They say that these Bihar people coming from Bihar, UP, they are actually eating up the jobs of local people. So to what extent it is correct?
Sir, even we are in a country, so everyone has, even the fundamental right grants us to move anywhere and have job in any part of India, except few exceptions. But even during independence also, we contributed to the country itself during the freight equalization policy. So if we go to that extent, Bihar had also contributed in the development of the country. So now if they are moving for jobs, then it's okay. They
you see some of the states, they are giving weightage to local people, and region being people coming from Bihar, UP. So why the local claims should not be given precedence over the outsiders?
Sir, a few states have adopted the policy of having locals in their jobs, a certain reservation in that. But I think the Bihari people are more efficient, working at much economic rates and better economic rates, and they are efficient. That's why people, even the who are giving them jobs, they are seeking that.
Have you heard of Vidyapati?
Yes, sir. He was a great Maithili scholar.
Scholar, which field?
Sir, poet, I think.
Poet.
He wrote poems.
Can you name some of the books or
sorry, sir.
songs written by Vidyapati?
Sorry, sir. I am not aware of
that. Hrishav, how many languages and dialects are spoken in Bihar?
Languages, there are
major languages.
So there are 4 or 5 languages, and there are several dialects, around 10 dialects of those languages.
So which are these 4 or 5 languages?
Sir, Hindi, Maithili, and then there are dialects like Bhojpuri, Vajjika, even some parts have Sanskrit also, Maghi.
Which one you know best?
Sir, I have the dialect of Maithili, so we know Vajjika the best.
So in Maithili, introduce yourself.
Sir, in Vajjika, the dialect of हमार नाम ऋषभ है, हम मुजफ्फरपुर से हती, हम दिल्ली आके दिल्ली टेक्नोलॉजिकल यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ले हती, हम आज इंटरव्यू देवे आयल हती, हमार इंटरव्यू 3 सितंबर के है.
Okay, Rishabh. Can you tell me the route of river Ganga through Bihar? Which all districts and major cities it is crossing?
Sir, Ganga enters Bihar after crossing Uttar Pradesh, and
Which district?
that district I'm not aware of that, but it passes through Patna, Bhagalpur, and Patna, Bhagalpur.
And it is
Sir.
exiting from which district?
Sorry, sir.
Okay. Then what is the Sat Nishchay program of Bihar government?
Sir, the Sat Nishchay is one of the most ambitious project of our Chief Minister, and it includes affordable housing for all, affordable sanitation to all, rural roads to all, education to all, employment to all, and then women empowerment component.
Okay. Do you think this leaves out any major area which you would like to add as maybe the eighth promise?
Sir, maybe some intensive incentives to MSME sector or the industrial sector that can be added.
Okay. What is the importance of MSME sector?
So MSME sector, it is easy to establish and it provides jobs to large number of people. It can be easily established in any rural
It
village.
is said that government is incentivizing MSMEs and it has a negative effect. The MSMEs do not want to grow. So is it a kind of paradox?
So there are certain benefits which are enjoyed by the these MSME sectors, but if they convert into large industry, they may not get that benefit. So some of the people may try to being MSME and do not convert into a small industry.
So how can it be addressed?
Sir, there should be
By removing the incentives?
No, sir, that can't be the option. So it can affect the other MSME which are really in need of that.
Tell me, like this bullet train project, is it feasible for a country like India, or should it be a priority for a country like India?
Sir, in the science and research wing of our country, we are the first to go on the Mars on first attempt. So there can't be any barrier in science and technology. So we should definitely go for the bullet train.
But if you have to choose between human development and making bullet train, what would you choose?
Sir, Indian scientists are known for making efficient engines, efficient technology. So in very low budget they can make it, and so we can. There is nothing like we have to take money from human development sector and then put it there. We can equally divide it there.
Okay, what do you understand by a biodiversity hotspot?
So biodiversity hotspot is a place which has their endemic flora and fauna, and that have lost certain amount of, that is around 1500 fauna in last 10 to 20 years. So that can be termed as biodiversity hotspot.
Name few biodiversity hotspots in India.
In India, we have Western Ghat and Gulf of Mannar, then Eastern Himalayas, then Sunda land in Andaman and Nicobar. These are the hotspots.
Okay, one final question to you. This bifurcation of Bihar into Bihar and Jharkhand, was it more beneficial for Jharkhand or more harmful for Bihar?
After the bifurcation, when we analyze the growth rate and other parameters of both the states, then we can see that both have individually grown on its own. In Bihar, we have the growth rate in double digits. In Jharkhand, we have developed several other focal centers which are grooming as big cities. So both states have developed after bifurcation.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hrishav, who was Hrishav? Very famous person in ancient times.
Sir, Rishabh Dev was the first Jain Tirthankar, and he has a symbol of bull, and Tirthankar is basically one who helps you to cross the sea of life and death. So he was the first Tirthankar, and one famous thing about him is that his son is Bahubali, who we celebrate in Karnataka, the Belagola, yeah, that festival where we pour the milk on him. So he was the son of Rishabh.
Do you think UP should be trifurcated or partitioned into 4 parts? It's such a huge territory, Uttar Pradesh.
So trifurcation can't that can be done in other ways. The administration can be tackled in other ways by efficient and better administration by other means. But
So why was Bihar partitioned or bifurcated?
so basically the allegation of the people from Jharkhand, they had their demands that Bihar is using their resources, the Bokaro, Jamshedpur, coals and iron ores, everything, but they are not getting the benefits through programs and policies of Bihar government. That's why they demanded the bifurcation, and so now they have their own government and that is investing in them. So
Or is it the fact that other states were using the resources of Jharkhand now, and they are under no political protection? People in Bihar were more alert, so they did not allow that. Now, even if the question being raised by the persons of Bihar that there is fake equalization policy is harmful for them. So is it easier now for industrialists to exploit the resources without any political protest?
no, so still there are several government agencies and policies which are taking care of that mineral belt. Even there are several NGOs which are working towards them. So it's not easy in today's world that they can exploit the Jharkhand people.
But the people are protesting, tribal people, and if they are protest, they are killed in the name of Naxalites. That means if you oppose government, you are declared anti-nationalist.
Sir, we can't treat the few exceptions as general. There can be few cases like that, but it's
Do
not.
we hear the alternative voice of tribal people, or do we see only the military narration?
Sir, the media is free and we hear both the side of the story. We have the tribal
Now
leaders.
Jharkhand is having a non-tribal CM. Representation of tribal persons in cabinet is also minimized. So are we suppressing tribals of Jharkhand and Odisha and Chhattisgarh, and the same way we are suppressing the opinion of Jammu and Kashmir people there? One IAS officer protested because of this. Do you feel you'll be feeling comfortable in Bihar if the public voice is not heard?
Sir, basically the people from tribal areas, they are getting mainstreams nowadays. There are infrastructure and several other facilities. There are government schemes which are providing to uplift them. So they are getting mainstream. Although there are still more development needed to be done there. So tribal people are getting representation in either Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and even in different assemblies also. So that is good. Even in job and other service sectors, they are getting quite good representation.
What will be your response if you see in your job the real condition that some people are suppressed and you testify that they are being suppressed and their voice is also suppressed and you feel helpless? Nobody listens to your articulation.
So there are constitutional means and legal means we have at our helm to help them. We can allow to raise their voices. We can publish their articles. We can raise their issue at higher level. So we can do that in the modern era of social media and all. Everyone can raise their voice. So we can help them in that way.
Okay, Hrishav. Good. Your interview is over.
Thank you.
So Hrishav, what is your assessment about your interview?
So there are some factual mistakes which I have to study more about Bihar.
Your interview is on 3rd September, so you got time.
Yes, sir.
So that means you have got more than almost 8 to 10 days. So that you can improve. Other things? Our opinion is that other things are fine. Certain improvements you need. This posture of hand is good. But while expressing yourself, your hand also moves.
Yes, sir. I try to control, but sometimes it.
So try to keep it as stable as possible.
Okay.
And but that is a habit, but try to modify that habit a little bit. Voice level is good. Posture is also good. Spectrum of knowledge is also good. We are not having any serious objection to any other factual point. And so overall good.
One suggestion is there, like your answer about engineering, that why you did not pursue a career in engineering, that can be better framed. where you do not actually dismiss the occupation, that you just did it for the sake of it, but you had no interest. You can say that while doing engineering, you got interested in civil services.
Yes.
That's why you want to come to it. No, something you can frame a better answer
Yes,
than just dismissing engineering as not an option for you.
sure, sir. I will frame it better.
Anything you want to ask us?
So now I am blank.
Okay, fine. Good. Best of luck.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.